All right, here we go. I really don't think you could ask for a better GG1 set. It all starts with the GG1, and so this is the lionchief 2.0 TMC Commander Control. It's the new, whatever it says. Yeah, lionchief 2.0 GG1, 4935. And so all of this can go on top of this. This is the original shell, 4935, which this is the one that's in the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. It's got the yellow stripes, so just like the one in the museum. So we got Pennsylvania right here, so it's got the yellow stripes, and it's the Brunswick green. And we have the original pantographs for that. And these are the spring-loaded ones. They go up and down. And then extra traction tire. Okay, so this is the super pimped out 2332. This is the Century shell, and so this is the only one with perfect stripes. These are tampographed stripes, so that's similar to how it was originally done. If you try to get a restored one or anything else, they're going to be decals. The original ones in mint condition, they go for like thousands and thousands of dollars. So this is the best way to get a 2332. This one has the motorized pantographs that were only available on the MTH Proto 3.0. And so I was able to cut. Actually, I think I have it over here. Yes, this is the one over here. This is the Proto 3.0, and it has the cutouts right here for the original, and it's got these bumps with the threaded holes. That holds the gearing for the Proto 3.0 motorized pantographs. And so what I was able to do is this is included just for giggles. You don't really need it now, but basically what I did was I put this over here, drilled through the bottom. That's why this one has holes over here. It's got these extra holes. So I marked the locations of the mounting holes based on the 4 tabs, and so this gave me my slots for the armature that came up that motorizes these. And so I got, it's hard to see, and you'll see it if you buy it, but there's the holes for the arm that goes up and down that makes this work. So yeah, that is included for giggles. You don't really need that after I've got that hold and it's mounted, and so it's on a well, the way there's another video of how it works, but basically when it's in the forward position, it'll run the rear pantograph, and when it's in the rear location, it'll run the other one. So that switches them back and forth, and then up and down is going to be this right here, and this is the custom 1033, yeah, 1033 remote. This thing is beautiful too. This is a vintage, but it all has, this is all, so this is the inside. There is a lionchief, a universal remote, and so it's got the lionchief universal remote. This is the controller for the up and down, so that's going to go up and down, and this is all wired in, so everything's powered by these 3 AAA batteries. So the 2.0 engines do not automatically connect, so when you power this up, so this is off, you click it on to turn on, and then you hold up to connect. That is the connect button, and then it'll connect. I'm also going to include a universal remote, so basically hitting that button in the up position is the same button as holding the connect button right here. It's wired directly to this number 1 button, and then 2 or 3 they're just not plugged in on this one, but the circuit board and these 2 are the same. This is included if you don't want to use that, but if you want the motorized pantographs, then you'll have to use this switch right here. So that's the GG1. Other things custom to this is the nickel plated wheels. If I can gently put that down. Okay, so these are all custom. The original 2332 had nickel plated wheels. Those have been replaced. Now, one drawback of that is that these are not magnet traction and they are not rubber traction tired. So the original wheels are right here. If you ever need to convert them over, the original wheels had traction tires. You can see it right there. So that one has traction tires. So this will struggle a little bit. It is a million pounds, so it'll do great on straight. But if you have too steep of turns, it will have trouble because these, well, they're polished too, right? So I wanted them fancy, so they're polished, so they'll slip a little bit. But that's the only issue with that. And then of course it has the sounds. It has the motorized pantographs. On this, you have Crew Talk. This is going to be Crew Talk, and that doubles as the shift button. So you hit shift, and then I believe, let's see, whistle and bell. So whistle and bell. So this will be whistle and whistle and horn. So we got horn, I believe horn, and bell. So you hold this down, and then you do that, and that'll do the couplers, automatic couplers. Pretty cool. That's it's a dream come true for someone in 1946 to have this in this what this does. But anyway, in addition to that, with this collection is I'm gonna add this one. This is a later model. This is not the original. The original was green with, I believe, yellow, but the yellow was very poorly stamped and it didn't look good. But I'm not a gold fan, but the gold and the gold look good. And I like sharks. Sharks are cool. So I added the shark version. I think it had just fish. But this one has the shark, so we're good there. And then this is the non-motorized one. There's two versions of this. There's one with a motor, and then this one that just has the bulb. I like the one without the motor because the motor is absolutely bone-jarringly loud, and so when this is on, it just sounds terrible. So I like the one that just is a gear. So this one is just a gear, and as it's rolling down the track, if it will focus, my heater just kicked on. So as the car is just rolling down the track, and then you can point it to go the correct way, but the fish just swim around, and then the bulb just lights up. So it's quiet, it's nice. It doesn't, it's just not crazy. Anyway, the autoloader. This one's super custom. All of these cars have been wire tied to the track, so you can pick it up, and they're not rolling around, and they're not just flying off. But these are all custom. I took them to work, and I polished them. It took me a long time to polish these to the point where they were as chrome as that. And they also have interiors from a 043 Studebaker, I believe. And it's got painted lights in the front, the marker lights, and they got brake lights, red brake lights. And it also has the white wall tires, and they're the correct height, and they just look great. They're not O scale. They're I believe a smaller scale. They're a little bit smaller to fit on this car, but that's a great car and really really cool. And then this one is the lighted extension car. There's a bunch of extension cars. This is the best one because it has this is removable, and it's got this little magnet that holds it down, and you can jiggle it around, and the magnet holds it, but if you shake it, it will come off. And then you have this drum here that holds all of the wiring. And then this is kind of weird the way they did this, but this is the crank, and this is stored right here, and then that plugs into a hole in this side, and it drives on this. It'll focus. It'll drive on that internal gear right there, and so it drives in there, and you can crank it that way, or you can just do it by hand. There's nothing that holds that in there, so I got a rubber band, a clear rubber band, holding that in there so it doesn't fly around and get lost. This gets lost real easy. So that stays there, and you got the little plastic engine. This lights up real nice. This has a little, it's just a cool car. And the red, there was another version with a green wire, and I think the green would probably look good with the GG1. But I used this for another set, so I made it black, but the black looks good too. All right, so then the dump, 33, 59, 55. This is a dump car. This is pretty cool because it's two in one. I don't know if I'm going to add coal to this or not, but you can put whatever you want in there. And it's kind of cool. It's on a gear train. So the way this works is it's got this drum back here, and it's got two rings on that drum. And so it'll click, 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 dump, and then the other one will go click, 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 dump. And so it goes that one, then that one, that one, then that one. It just goes back and forth, which is pretty cool. This is a really good condition. A lot of these are faded. A lot of them don't look very good, but this one is fantastic. It was in such good condition. I like to keep everything looking new. So that's all vintage, but it looks great. This is vintage. That is modern, and I believe that is 60s, I believe, but everything is in amazing condition. This one is vintage, but it's also in perfect condition. Let's see if I can get that to focus. But this is in perfect condition too. This looks amazing. A lot of these get faded, they get dinged up. This is the wrong shell for this. I went ahead, I didn't have an operating milk assembly for this one, so it's just a dummy for now. When you open the door, it's just nothing inside, but it's just for looks right now. And these are the little man pops out here, and it's all ready to go. It just needs a frame that has the mechanics inside, but that's ready to go. And then if you do need to take this apart, there's one screw. There's one screw right here holding that one, and then the shell that I'm using doesn't go with it, so I had to cut that. Not the brown part, but I had to cut the frame down here, and what's holding it together back here is this wire tie. So that holds the back truck, and then the front truck is held. The frame is held on by the screw. So you got one screw right there, and there was no place to screw it back here, so I used that little tie there. Okay, so that one's pretty cool. It needs some work before it's operating, but it's ready to run as it is. This is the Pennsylvania double auto carrier, which is what predates that one. This is the original version that the GG1 came with. It has the double doors. Now these doors are quite loose, and so what I have done is I have taped them together on the other side. So if you want to open the doors, you have to, this is just a tab, and then this is just a screw. So one screw, the shell comes off, you take the tape off, and then you can move them back and forth. But it's nice not having to mess with that to keep the doors shut. So they just taped them. But yeah, these are really good condition. Double door boxcar. This is that's the same design as the one from 1947. And this is also vintage, or I'm sorry, it's a reissue. It's the porthole caboose, die-cast metal. It's the premium everything. It's real nice. It's lighted. You have the roller pickups, dual roller pickups. They won't flash as much as the single roller pickups. It's just a bold design, real nice finish. Just a very pretty car. The ends are plastic, but that's like the original, I believe. I don't think not one of these has. Okay, I take that back. This is the only one with plastic trucks. They are all metal, so that's good. And then this is the only one with a single roller. So this one might flicker a little bit as it's going down the track. And this one is also a single roller. So that might flicker. I don't believe, and I never got around to putting a switch on this because, maybe you don't want the light to light up all the time. But there you go. And then I got a pile of extra parts. This is the original. So you have the original remote for the pantographs. This is the original code for the 433 remote for the pantographs that go up and down. So these are original frequencies. So if you ever need to reprogram that to a new remote or whatever, you'll need this. It's just, I took the batteries out. It's just a 9-volt battery. But this is the original remote. It was too big. The circuit board was too big to fit inside there. So I swapped out to another remote that was smaller. So this just holds the original code to go up and down for the remote. So you keep that with there if you ever need it. I got a bag of a lot of GG1 goodies. We got some steps, we got some extra horns, we got some lenses, lots of goodies. This is, I'm just going to go ahead and include it. This is the 1943 horn. This is pretty darn cool. This is the worst sounding horn ever. This is the original horn that was in the 2332 when it came out in 46. They didn't have a good horn yet, so they made this, and this was it doesn't sound good, but it's this kind of squeaker box. But this is the original horn. It was originally on a remote. I don't know where that remote went. It had a DC to AC converter. That's what this is. Do what you want with that. This is the original horn for the 2.0 lionchief. Here's an extra frame. This is a vintage frame. We got a spare wheel. I don't know, an extra wheel. We have pantograph buffers in different colors. The vintage one was white. This train, if you go to the museum, they are brown. So I custom made brown. I took white ones and I dyed them. I bought some special acrylic dye and I dyed them brown. You can't buy these brown. So I took the white ones and I dyed them brown. But you get 8 of the brown ones, like this one for the museum, because they're brown in the museum. So if you want to go to this, that goes with that. I got the Century Club plaque. That goes to that shell. That came with the shell. These are the original LED assemblies for the lionchief 2.0. These are LED. This has been converted to a bulb, which is a relay-powered bulb off the lionchief. We have some extra lenses. These are different generations of the lenses that go on the front. These are different colors. This one's a little green. This one's clear. That stuff. Again, the original wheels for the lionchief. We have some truck parts, the screws. We got black pantograph isolators, and then the adapter plate for the mounting holes. Yikes. Okay, so I think that's everything with this set. Yeah, there's a lot here. Really cool. Really, really cool. It's a bummer to get rid of this. But there you go.